everybody, welcome to another video. This is going to be another live stream. I am your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight we're using the just flight BAe146. Very clever aircraft, recently acquired, recently released as well, using the KLM UK livery. And we're sitting here at the Rotterdam airport in the Netherlands, in Western Europe. We're going to do a short flight to London Gatwick airport, and we'll be flying VOR to VOR only, and let's just hope we can get this bird down on the ground, because I'm still learning how to fly this. But it's always a nice challenge, so let's just jump in and see what we can achieve today. In any case, it should all just be fun. That's the most important thing of everything. So let's start maybe with see if we can get the OFP here. This looks like it's there was no OFP, so that's nonsense. We don't need this. Map perhaps. Let's see what can we do with aircraft. The chocks is still there. Maybe for now we do not need this. So let's just start with the checklist and we'll get this thing going. Not sure what I'm doing. How do I get this yoke out of the way again? Or is it not going? Okay, maybe it's fine. Anyway, so let's get the start list, the checklist. Flight safety. So first we check gear is in the down position. Weather radar should be off and 15 degrees up tilt. So the weather radar is in the off position, but the tilt is at 0, so we put it to plus 1.5. Transponder should be on standby. We will see this right here. And transponder is in standby position. Air brake and flaps, check both in and up. Check nav lights high int, so we go here. Nav lights there on high int. Battery 1 and 2, turn them both on, we check the voltage. Battery 1, powering up the system. There's about 28 voltage there, volts, and battery 2 is actually also having a little readout, which is interesting because I did not turn on battery 2 yet. Apparently maybe that doesn't matter. Let me just try something here. You can actually still check. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can still check the voltage of the battery. It would make sense, I guess, but that's interesting. Okay, alright, so let's do this again. Battery 1 and battery 2. So check the voltage. Yep. Park and brake should be at yellow and park. Check. Turn on all master switches. Master switches you will find in the overhead panel, way in the top left. They're on. Anti-skid goes on. Check. Left spoiler is yellow and green. Check. Both on. AC and DC bus tie both to auto. The bus tie, the EHRD, AC, DC both go to auto. Standby inverter to arm and the standby generator to arm as well. Generators 1 and 4 should both be off, which they usually are when you're doing the cold start, which you can see they are both in the off/reset position. The APU generator on, it will be this one, it is now on. Check. Fuel pumps left inner goes on. We check this as well. Engine fire handles should be all in. That's perfect. Check. APU start, so we can start up the APU. And then you check you got the APU RPM and TGT. So we got the RPM coming. Let's listen outside. That's pretty cool. Seems to be running. Now we got stable RPM and stable TGT temperature there. Okay. So we continue with the checklist. APU air and PACs, they go to on. APU air and PAC 1 and PAC 2, they can go on. Landing gear indicators, we should make sure now we have 3 green lights for the landing gear indicators. What you do, it's perfect, so we check. Master warning system tested and norm. Let's check overhead annunciators, we check those as well. There are this little button right here. And just check if all the little bulbs are on. And they appear to be. So the overhead annunciators are working. Cabin emergency lights, they go to arm. They are now armed. DC pump on, yellow, pressure should rise, and then you turn it off again. So the DC pump you will find right here. Turn it to on and you see the pressure starting to rise in the yellow system. So there's two hydraulic systems, they refer them to them as the yellow system and the green system. I believe I do not know very much about it yet, but I believe one also serves as the backup for the other, etc. Anyway, so we got some pressure going there. See yellow pressure rise checked, yeah, sure we can, then we turn it off again. I think this was the wrong one, apologies, okay. AC pump and PTU on, ECU pump and PTU, oh yeah, so this one actually goes on PTU, the power transfer unit, and we should see some pressure rising as well here in the green system, and the yellow system also has some pressure, it looks like. So we turn them off again. Flight check, emergency lights should be armed. Flight deck emergency lights, they are armed. Check. Yaw dampers both to on. You will find the yaw dampers in the center pedestal here. Yaw dampers, they are now on. Oxygen mask. You'll find them here. You can do a little check and you see if that white cross there appears. Hello Mike, how are you? Nice to see you today. Let me test here as well. There you go. That's pretty good. And then here we turn on the oxygen main valve. So we check as well. So page complete, so we go to the before starting checklist. We got the departure briefing. So before we go, let's get rid of this warning right here. So departure briefing, we will be doing VOR to VOR flight. Let's see if there is a way for me to show you. stand by 1 second, please. My apologies. Yeah, look, it works. Pretty nice. Okay, so the flight, yeah, so the departure briefing. So we will be flying VOR to VOR, so that's for after we have actually departed, but it's just a couple of VORs flying along the coast here, and then we cross the canal to Dover, and then straight into London. Let's see, I think the runway we'll be using was 21. We have 260 at 9 knots here at the Rotterdam airport. So let's see. So I probably do not need to be in here any longer. So for the departure, we're just going to do one more look. Okay, my apologies. So yeah, we'll be flying after takeoff. We'll be flying to a heading of 226 degrees for about 55 nautical miles, where we should be reaching the Costa VOR, which is 110.05. I will enter this momentarily into the Nav1 radio, so we can just use that for the VOR flying. I will also set the heading bug to the heading of the first VOR, which was 226 degrees, and so that covers one bit of the departure briefing. So move the heading bug to 226. So it's hard to see when I'm not like fully on top of it, man. I'm just going to do this for now. Is there anything else we need to know with regards to our departure here? Let's see, can we unload this flight perhaps? So what if we do manual input? Let's have a look at this. Origin airport is Echo Hotel Romeo Delta. Destination airport is Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. There is no alternate, not auto-generate, but create. And we go type the route. Let's see how this is going to work out. I'm just going to copy the entire string from the Skyvector website and see what this does, if it understands. Save. Looks perfect. That's very nice, very nice. Okay. So let's go to the Rotterdam and open the charts list. We have the taxi and so we are here, and we'll be taxiing via Victor to runway 24. So there's not a lot going on here. Let's pin this in case we believe we need it. Standard distance departure, I don't think we'll be flying a standard departure. It would be quite some challenge for me to fly it without using the GPS or anything. But I would like to see what are the options. This goes to Arnhem to the north. This actually goes to our VOR Costa. So let's pin this for now and have a look at it. So what we can do is we take off. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage this, but either the radial 166 or 400 feet, whichever is later. We turn right, but this is like waypoints, you know, and I'm not using a GPS. These waypoints are not really going to be much help. Let's see, how can we do this? It should say, stand by 1 second. Yeah, so maybe this would help us. Which one are we looking at here? The top one, what is that called? The COA KOK Bravo. That will mean on the 236 degrees track to RD 166 or 400, whichever is later, turn right direct to RD 158. We will not be able to do that, I guess. Max speed 220 knots to radio 156. I'm not really sure, so we'll just take a right turn and then we engage the autopilot, and it will take us left straight to the VOR. It's just that there are some points here that are interesting, but yeah, for now I believe it's not something I can really be bothered with a lot. Since there are RNF departures and we do not have a GPS or anything on the board, we just have the VOR systems, very old school. So how to fly an RNF departure with this, it is beyond me. There should be, I mean, you know, you can sort of fly it, I would assume. You could sort of wing it, right? Just turn to the right and then to the left. Yeah, sure. Okay, man. So let's carry on. For now, this is my departure briefing. So departure briefing is check. Now brake pressure, we should check it's above 2500 psi. The brake pressure you can see right here. It is about a little below 2500 psi. So what we can do is we top up using the DC pump. So go back up here to the DC pump, turn that on, and you should see now the pressure here in the brake system should slowly start to rise in a bit. Let's get really close up there. Still not rising at all. There you go. Well, didn't rise very much, but it did some, so that's good. That's precisely where we want it, above 2500. And I believe you can actually turn off the DC pump now. I believe it will not go down. It's probably just pressurized, right? And the pressure's not just flowing back out or something. I would assume it's something like that, right? Okay. Hydraulics should be all off. Well, it's precisely what we're talking about. Hydraulics, they are all in the off position. Check. Fuel center transfer. My apologies. Fuel center transfer. Should go to auto. Ice detect goes to on. check. Fasten seatbelt signs on, and we will also turn on the no smoking sign. Fuel quantity checked. Let's have a look at the fuel quantity. I think we can do 3737. I think this is more than enough. Definitely more than enough. Yep. Do we see the fuel? Same values here as well. Where do we have the fuel again? Here. Yeah, we do. It looks perfect. Fuel quantities check. Altimeters set and cross checked. So the let's have a look. Maybe here through flight sim. What is the local QNH? One 1021. So 1021, and this one is the same. Okay, that's good. Check. Muzzle warning system ground op switch reset. Red light should be extinguished. That is checked. TMS N1 speed box checked and box set. So let's do a flap 18 degrees takeoff. That's pretty cool. Looks like that has been checked as well. Doors and equipment closed and removed. Okay, so doors and equipment removed. Maybe we should remove the chokes. Okay. Check. Then I think we can do the engine start. So we turn on the beacon lights and the PAX and the APU air go off. So let's turn on the beacon lights. They're on, and the PAX and the APU air, they all go to the off position. So beacon lights check, PAX and APU air check, and engine anti-ice, all four should be on. That's these ones right here. Check. Fuel pumps, turn them all on, so we no longer only have the left inlets, but we have them all. Let's see, fuel pumps. TMS should be off, which it is. Check. Engine start power goes to norm, and the engine master switch to on. So that's it. Engine start power is norm, and master switch on. Select engine number 4. First, I would like to do is get a little bit more light in the cockpit. Maybe also some external lights, and we do have a bunch of panel lights, but I'm not really sure. These ones, yeah, these are like glare shield. Okay, so we got this, and then we, as said, we will start with engine number 4, and we just click the on. if we can get a nice, little late now, but maybe for the other engines. It sounds so cool. Okay, so anyway, we should have the N1 above 10%, N2 above 10%, which it is, so then we can provide fuel flow to the engine and it will start, actually starting up. Click away the camera thingy. I'm sorry, a little lost here, my apologies. So let's go back to the cockpit and have a look. So we have engine number 4 that has started, so we go to engine number 3 and we start it. Hey, Wayne2 Adventures. Hey man, good to see you. Thanks so much for saying hi, man. Wayne2 Adventures, really nice. Have a fun flight. Thanks, man. We'll be flying from Rotterdam to the United Kingdom, to London, in the British Aerospace 146 professional. So yeah, you can check it later, man. If it will be on there. Let's just hope we have good landings too. You have yourselves a good day, man. And thanks again for saying hi. Definitely appreciate it. So let's have a look. Engine number 333. Let's first get the visual. Yeah, that is actually above 10%. And this is now also starting to run, which is very good. So we go to, let's not get totally lost here in the cockpit. Engine number 2, and we click it. And the N1, N2, I keep saying N1. The N2 is above 10%, so we provide fuel there. And this engine will start powering up as well. So we are left with only engine number 1, and we select it and we say start. I heard somebody, I forgot who it was, in video on YouTube, refer to the sound of starting the engine as one of the most beautiful sounds in the entire Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I might actually agree with him to an extent. It is a really, really cool sound. I like it. It's very, very nice. Very nice detail. Okay, so we got and 2 there as well, above 10%. So there you go. There's the fuel. So now we wait for the engines to stabilize. so let's continue the checklist. So we got engine 4, and we got this all up. There you go. Okay, we do not have to tick them, they're just ticked. So after start, what we will do is we set the starting power back to the norm position. I think while this is starting, yeah, I should be able to do it, especially now. Okay, so the starting power is the norm position, it's always there, and I believe you turn your starting master off. Let's just follow the checklist. Start selector and master go to off. Check engine anti-ice as required. Well, we'll leave them on. Generator 1 and 4, they can now be turned on. Generator 1, generator 4, they are turned on. So check. Brake fans, go to auto. Brake fans you'll find here in the miscellaneous section. Brake fans, they go to the auto position. Engine 2 and 3 hydraulic pumps, they both go on. Engine 2 hydraulic pump and engine 3 hydraulic pump. These get pressure now. AC pump and PTU auto and on. So AC pump goes to auto and PTU goes to on. Heaters, they all go on. We got a bunch of eight of them or something. Turn these all on. Check. APU air and packs on as required, so we'll turn on the APU air, and yeah, the packs can go on as well. Engine air off as required. I'm not really sure yet what to do with those. Just gonna leave them. TMS on to the takeoff mode. So what we'll do with the TMS, we will power it. Let it perform a little test. And we set this to take off. What is the outside air temperature? Duct temperature and cabin temperature. Surely we should be able to see the outside air temperature, right? And otherwise we'll just use the let's turn this off. We'll just check here with the weather, what's the outside air temperature. It's 1.5, so that's already actually perfect the way it is there in the TMS, which is at 1.5. So that's in takeoff position. What was this again? Not fully remember. Oh, what did I do? Anyway, let's for now let's carry on. Transponder goes to TA. Where's the transponder? It goes to TA. Check. Taxi lights can go on. Brakes tested on initial roll, and then we have the before takeoff checklist. So we got 4 running engines. The chocks have been removed. After when we start rolling, we will taxi out. Probably have to do a pushback, I would assume, and we roll to that direction for the takeoff. It would look like we would then have a tailwind, although I do believe the wind was actually supposed to be coming from the other side. So let's have a look. Brakes checked yellow. Brakes checked and set to yellow. Set to yellow. Let's have a look. Okay, so the brakes are on yellow there, but maybe that's not pulled apart. Okay. Yeah, not really sure what I'm doing here, but okay. Flaps selected and checked. Yes, flaps are at 18 degrees. Flight instruments checked. Not fully yet. Let's turn on the nav 1. Turn that to the on position, and we go to 110.05. That's 105, so that is set there as well. Initial heading was supposed to be 226. Let's have another look. 21. It should be sort of there. So let's maybe arm the heading for now. Maybe I'll set an altitude. Um, 15,000 feet. I'm still not really entirely sure how to operate the altitude autopilot and everything, but we'll get there. Okay, what else? Flight engines, I consider them checked enough. Flight directors are on as required. I turn them on. Trims set and checked. For the trims, we check here, and this should do it. Config tested. There should be a way to test your takeoff configuration. Okay, so the takeoff configuration gives us some check, but for now I'm going to skip this. Do not feel like getting the manual with us now. As required, the cabin should be secured. We contact the cabin crew.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Weather radar is required, that will not work yet. Landing and strobe light. We will wait with these. Flight controls unlocked and 3 master warning system checked. Okay, so we should be getting ready for taxi, people. Hopefully not forgetting anything. Let's call the tug. What wing views do we have again in this aircraft? Let's have a look at that. Alright, so we're pushing back. This was not the best pushback. Let's stop it. Let's get rid of the tug and set parking brake. What is this here? Oh no, this looks horrible. Okay, so let's get going. Brakes are working. So I believe I said we are using real world time and weather for Rotterdam, Netherlands in Europe. Judging by the windsock, we should be taking off in the other direction, man. Let's have another look. Let's just stop here for a second. And we'll have a look here at what it says under weather. meter. Rotterdam 250 at 900 knots. It means it should be coming from the left, but if you look at the windsock, it looks like the wind is coming from behind us. So what is up with that? What do we trust now? Is this following the actual wind? If that's the case, then we better actually take off from there. Although the windsock there is actually, oh, that's contradicting windsocks. Alright, no problem. Problem solved. Let's carry on. So we continue the taxi. Okay, so while we're taxiing, let's have a look. Landing and strobe lights. Let's turn on the strobe lights. And probably here we can also turn on the landing lights. Let's just do it. So what else? TMS on and the takeoff mode. Flight control should be unlocked and free, and the master warning system should be checked. So we are runway 24. Unfortunately, these windsocks look a lot better than the one that we saw earlier. It confused the hell out of us. Okay. TMS should be on and to the takeoff mode. It is on as the takeoff mode, and let's check. Flight controls unlocked and free, we check that. The master warning system should be checked to see if there's any unexpected captions. And flight recorder is off. Not really sure how to turn that on. It was right here. GDI. That now means it's recording. No. I'm not really sure how to turn this on, I think. Ground check, we'll just keep it there for a second and go back. Does I have one on my end here as well? I believe I do not. Do I? No. No, I don't know. Let's wing it. This is us on the outside now. So let's see if we can get this working, man. So what would be the, let's see, 91.5.
TMS sets takeoff. Power set, flex achieved.
Alright, let's start rolling.
Speed alive, both sides. 80 knots cross-checked.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Gear up, coming up. Not really sure where, but I believe we could maybe now switch to the autopilot, 3000 feet. Let us select VOR log. Although it is not picking up the VOR, so let's stay with the heading and turn on the autopilot. And the VOR is picking up as well, so we can switch over to that. We will need to, 1 second, Okay, so what's the situation? Just look outside. Quite a steep climb, I would say, but so we're still climbing. About 3,000 feet per minute, I think. Looks like it's quite heavy. And we are 48.2 nautical miles from the VOR. We're on the track. Speed 213. That should be fine. Let's drop the nose a little bit. This looks a little better, I think. And so not sure what it's going to do once we reach 15,000 feet. Will it follow, you know, do I have to click Alt or is Alt just Alt hold? Do I click VS and will then that switch off? Sometimes it gets a little confusing. So let's just for now keep monitoring it. We're 10,000 feet, so we can turn off the landing lights. And I'm also good with turning off the seatbelt sign as well. Let's turn to the checklist for the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up, lights are out. Flaps are up, check. TMS sync or as required. Let's sync the TMS. (11,500 feet). We're still climbing. Engine air, all of them go on. APU air goes off. And the packs both on. Pressuring, well, that's good. Climb altimeters as required. They could now probably be, yeah, where are we? 15,000 feet. What's the warning? Nothing. That goes to 1013 again. Okay, it's warning us that we are almost at 15,000 feet, and it looks, is it decreasing the angle or not? Looks like it is. Well, it's just there on armed, and then here it switches to altitude, which says it's holding the altitude. Okay, 37 nautical miles. So now we watch the speed a little bit, because it can now start picking up. So altimeters as required, PTU and AC pump go off, power transfer unit and the AC pump, they go off. Check. APU, we can stop it. Check as well. Fasten seatbelts as required, lights as required. Okay. Then there's a TZ checklist, we turn on the PTU, pressurization should be set, okay. And then obviously we need to do a landing briefing as well. No, it's overspeed. Fuel. Check the speed brakes on this thing. Okay, so there was had to be really quickly there. So what is now the speed? Let's see. Okay, so the aircraft does not have a speed hold function really, so you will have to yeah, manually monitor your speed throughout the entire flight, cruise as well. But we are at 15,000 feet altitude, cruising. We are 16 nautical miles from the VOR, from our first VOR. So the first VOR coming up is Costa, and from there we will change heading to 39er for 31 nautical miles until we reach Callsign, which is 114.5. We can arm it here, 114, no. Are we going to do this? Wait. For decimal 5. The speed seems rather stable. We're at 774 or 77.4 N1. So we're getting really close to our VOR now. You can see the line is starting to shift a little. That's obviously we're getting closer and closer and closer. And this will also not reach 0 because we are just about to fly over it. So let's see if we can switch to the other one. How do we select? Let's use the F2. One for the decimal 5. Let's just put it in here. 114 decimal 5. It's picking up. That's good. Should be heading off. What was it? Two 4-1. All right. This is cool, just navigating old school style in a nice airliner. And let's have a look at the chart. So we took off here from Rotterdam airport, and we flew 226 degrees until we reached this point where we are now. We are now flying heading 241. This is 239er, but obviously there's a little discrepancy. 31 nautical miles. We'll be following the coast here of Belgium, and until we reach the Callsign, and there we will actually cross the water onto Dover. It's a fairly short flight. and fairly simple, but it is not a very simple aircraft, and yeah, so let's see how this is going to work out for us. But boy, does it look good on the outside, man. Could see if we can push the speed. Maybe we're at 77.1 N1, so maybe like one nudge, another nudge. So there's the coast. Oh, the track seems to be drifting a lot now. Is it the wind or what is it? Are we not following the VOR? Did I click anything? Looks like we were not following the VOR. Don't know why. Probably something I did. I clicked and it turns off the VOR lock. I'll go to for checking every now and then. I must say it felt like we were a little far from the coast, but at the same time it is right there, right? I mean, I would expect it from the Sky Vector. Actually, no, I'm looking at it, it looks fine. So don't know what happened, but we're back on the track, I guess. 12.6, 12.4. Speed is still okay. Let's push it a little bit more. Let's see what this is going to do for us. And I believe once we are on our way to the next VOR, after this one, we'll do the departure brief, the arrival briefing, the landing briefing. So we got 7.7 nautical miles. So the next VOR is then going to be Dover. That will be 114.905. So we're still at altitude, still at VOR lock, so I guess that should be good. Speed is getting a little high, but I'm good. So let's turn the VOR, tune the new VOR frequency 1.995. And that's picking up as well, that's good, we just correct the heading. Alright there, Bob is your uncle. Interesting, the flight recording message is gone. Here's the outside air temperature. Oh, overspeed. Okay, so around 84, maybe a little bit less. Okay, so we're cruising 41 nautical miles until we reach Dover, so let's have a look here. We're on our way to Dover. 27 nautical miles, what? Oh no, of course, 49, yeah, so we're around here. Flying to Dover, and then we have one more VOR, and then the last one. So, how we're going to be doing this, I have no clue, but we're just going to wing it and see what we can do. Speed's okay. Might actually be a little high still. I would like to have some buffer. So let's look up the chart for Gatwick. Approach, if we are going to do runway 26 left or 26 right, let's do 26 left, pin it. No, we're not going to be doing any of these. So we just have the approach chart, and the taxi chart is probably not going to be too interesting. So 26 left is this one, perfect. So we got 110.9 for the ILS DME, 110.9, let's enter. And do we have any other information? initial approach and final approach. Oh, so they have two charts. That's interesting. Okay, so what does final approach tell us? That's the one I was looking for. Course will be 258. Speed is still okay. 18 nautical miles from Dover. Niner 6 decision altitude. And at 2,000 feet the glide slope will start. That's good to know. So maybe we should descend to 10,000 feet for now. While we're headed. Or maybe 7,000. Now what's going to happen? Is it going to pitch down? Does not appear to be doing that. Was there also a descent? So what is this going to do? So we set the N1 percentage is 67 or something, if I understand this correctly. Because obviously we do not want to overspeed. Here's the United Kingdom. And we're 3 nautical miles, so let's quickly check the next VOR. From Dover it will be Leshendon Headcorn 115.905. So put it in 115.905. That is not being picked up yet. And is the final destination going to be picked up? Let's have a look there. 115.1. And that is getting picked up, so that's also good. So we are still descending. Our speed is stable-ish. We could descend a little quicker. We may need a little bit of air brake. So the final destination is at 41 nautical miles, so you know what, just go straight to 2,000 feet now. To 2,000 feet per minute, and we want to bleed off about 9,000. Should be about 4.5 minutes until we're at 2,000 feet altitude. So we're passing 10,000 feet, so let's turn on the landing lights and the seatbelt signs as well. Let's have the checklist quickly. Descent. Power transfer unit goes to on. Check. Pressurization set. Set landing altitude. Where was the pressurization again? I'm going to skip this for now. Briefing complete, landing data checked, bugs set. Oh yeah, you can set some bugs as well. Landing flaps 33, so 127. Speed still okay, 8,500 feet. Landing data, yup, check. What else we have? Approach. Altimeter set and cross check, so we need to check the altimeters. Let us have a look at the weather here. Is it not listed yet, man? We'll have a look at Sky Vector and have a look what they're saying. 1022. So let's set the altimeter 1022. Okay, we're at 6,800 feet. Speed still okay. Can we turn off the speed brake, or are we going to pick up too much speed? We're to 7.1 nautical miles. So what else? Set and cross check. Yep, fasten seatbelts check. APU start the APU. Brake fans go to auto. I think they are still on the auto position. Yep, we checked it. So what's happening here? Speed's picking up. We'll put in some more speed brakes for 5,000 feet now. 33 nautical miles. Panel set, cabin warned, so let's warn the cabin then. Steep approach is required, what is that? Yes, performance steep approach, turn on. Radar altitude set a cross check, the anti-ice is required. Landing, seat pump to auto, landing it down, lights, flaps. I don't think we're good for this. Let's just now focus on navigating. the last bit. So we should be flying straight to the airport, but not necessarily for the HLS yet. 110.9. Let's see, can we do this? 110.9. That is not being picked up yet.
2500.
Okay, 2500. So we're going for 2000 feet. We have drifted off course, as it would seem. This much? That can't be, man. Let's first have a look. We should now altitude hold at 2000 feet. Turn off the speed brake. And now see if we can navigate again. Let's see, what is this? Looks like we're actually still quite on course. I do not have a visual. Maybe that is the runway there. Could actually be. Let's reduce the speed a lot. So we are definitely getting closer here. How do we do this again? You are the me. It is picking up the ILS. That's really good. I don't think it's picking up the ILS yet. It's pointing us totally somewhere else. So we go back to 115.1 and try to get back on the course. Oh, 9 nautical miles. Should be able to see the airport from here then. This cannot be right, man. So here's the airport, I think. So we're flying like straight to it, but there is no. What direction are we flying? 27. Let's have a look outside, because I'm totally confused here. So that was our runway? Surely, that cannot be. I'll have to cheat and have a look at where we are on the navigraph, but we should be at our destination airport now. We are not. We are some with the big VOR. Oh, and then. Oh, really? Oh, I thought we were. That's stupid. Okay, so let's see if we can actually turn now to the left, and hopefully get that ILS. Not doing anything. Okay, so here we are now flying blind. What is our speed? It's a little bit high, I think. Let's go a little slower. And let me quickly check how do we get to the London Gatwick from here. We are at the Biggin. Yeah, okay, so we are at the Biggin. We are, but it's not where we need to be. So... oh, that was actually... oh, that's so stupid. Okay, we will... let me show you what we're doing. So, not really sure where we are. We flew to the Biggin VOR. There's also a little airport there. We're now flying, let me quickly check for you off the screen. It's like heading up 270 degrees, so we are, basically flew over and we're like this, so probably we just need to come back. So we could maybe fly Midhurst, Mayfield, and from Mayfield we go north. I think that's the best we can do. 114.0. So that's what we'll do. 114.0. So 19 nautical miles, and we are heading 220. So 19 nautical miles heading 220 is I don't know, let's say around here. Anyway, when we arrive here, we will turn left to Mayfield, which is 117.9, and this might actually be a little, let's see, that would be, maybe you could try flying to that ADF there, but I'm not really sure how that works yet. Yeah, so yeah, we are rather low. We're actually like, you know, glide slope low, but my apologies. So we're getting close to the VOR, also getting a little close to the top of these hills. So what is the next VOR then? Let's have a look. So Mayfield 117.9. Thank you for turning to 117.9. Well, actually that is the frequency, but we are turning to the VOR that is located under that frequency, which is the Mayfield VOR. Let's have a look at what is our heading then. Straight south. No, 90. Yeah, that's good. So straight east. So have a little flyby of the neighborhood in the United Kingdom. So 2-3 nautical miles. So after that I will set a heading bulk to go straight to the north. The moment we arrive at our VOR, we will be flying straight to the north, and then but yeah, for how long, how we're going to time that, it's always interesting. Let's have a look at the charts. The idea is to fly from here to the north and then turn left, basically. But this might really be too short. Let's see. But we are really low, so in that sense we might make it not really short. Check something. So this would be 11 nautical miles. So if we fly to the north to here, it'd be 11 nautical miles from the airport. We're basically flying like this, so we could maybe keep flying and then slowly go to the north. just need to know when to turn in the ILS frequency. Speed still okay. We're still holding altitude at 1900 feet. It's 15 nautical miles. And yeah, just to have a little briefing, we will be flying the ILS. I don't think I've ever flown ILS with this aircraft. I'm definitely not fluent at doing it in any case. It is now following, let's see. So the nav2 is 110.9, let's double check it. .9, that's the ILS. Yeah. We'll be using the nav2, so how do we tell the aircraft? Oh, like this, like you split, you say, hey, you use the N2 now. Just use this button then. What if I turn this to the left now for an F1, where it already should be on? Anyway, we're 7.7 nautical miles from the VOR. Is everything ready? Everybody's still strapped in. We got our landing lights on. The runway exit lights. Why is cabin call blue?
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Cabin secure. Okay, we got 4 nautical miles. Let's have a look. Is the ILS still not picking up? So we're reaching the VOR, actually flying over it, should be here in the field somewhere. Or we've already passed it, okay. Alright, so we go north now, we turn on to a heading, and the aircraft is now banking to the left, to a heading of 360. We should still be below the glide slope. And let's fly for around 9 nautical miles, and then we should be turning left. I'll quickly show you what I was doing. So basically just sort of made a new plan from the Mayfield VOR straight to the north, and then just to see how long, how far, more or less. Maybe this would actually even be better. But now it doesn't say how far it is. Oh, it does. Why was it? So around 9 nautical miles. So 9 nautical miles distance from this, we will be turning left. And let's see if we can do it here maybe. At the 10 nautical miles, and then we turn left. Let's have a look. Stand by. So 6 nautical miles. And let's see, do we pick up the nav2? Not really sure if we do already. Let's keep on pushing until we're at 10 DME from the previous VOR. And let's also reduce the speed a little bit now. Okay, so that's 10 DME. Let's turn to the left. Let's go to the flaps 1 position. One 110.9. Okay, now this should be good. So we do not have a DME with regards to the ILS that we're flying to. There's no bug there yet. Let's see, am I missing anything here? ILS, there's there you go, 10 nautical miles. We have to turn a little bit to the left now. This doesn't make sense. I'm not trusting this. Keep on flying the nav2 then, I guess. But we're still not flying any localizer. Can we click localizer? No, because there's no localizer being received yet, I guess. What am I missing, people? What am I doing wrong? I was hoping the localizer would pick up. But it does not seem to pick up at all. Which means well, I have no way of determining where is the runway. Looks like we're lost. That could be an airfield. That's an airfield right there. Well, that's something. Well, maybe we can do some sort of visual landing. It's really weird. That's probably just me, but still.
Light slopes alive, 1 dot to go.
What the hell is he telling us?
Speed checked below 205, select flaps 18. The airport's there to the right, but disengage the autopilot. Oh, I'll take it easy. Speed check below 205, select gear down.
I'm gonna drop the gear. Hopefully we can land this manually. I know this is not airliner style to just fly it like this, I believe, but
Speed checked below 180, select flaps 24. Speed checked below 170, select flaps 30.
Sink rate. Plus 100. Minimums.
Flight slow.
$50, $40, $30. $20. $10.
Not idle. Brake pressure seen. 80 knots. Yellow and green spoilers.
well, we landed somewhere. Okay, there was a bit of a panicky landing, but it was cool. Not the most professional looking landing, obviously. But here we are. I think this is Gatwick, nonetheless. But we just landed from the other side with a tailwind, and probably just smacked into the ground and we got shaken about. Everybody will now have post-traumatic stress syndrome or something, or post-traumatic stress disorder, or I don't know what have you. It would not have been much fun. But for me it was nice. It was nice to fly it like this and landing. But obviously I do prefer to have a really nice approach. But it's nice to fly it with the VOR like this. I'm gonna try this definitely some more times on the channel. And hopefully we can do some nice obscure little flights in, I don't know, like maybe in the south of America or something, with this aircraft. It's good to see the flight simulator has been behaving lately. Hopefully all it has just to do maybe with me turning down my graphical settings. I hope that's it. On the other hand, I hope not, because it's nice to have some more eye candy, but and I'm tired of taxiing at this moment, so I'm just going to stop anywhere while here. There you go. There's no one at the airport. Parking brake is set. I think this is my first full flight in this aircraft. Didn't crash on landing, didn't crash on takeoff, didn't crash during cruise. So that looks nice. Let's see if we can, let's get rid of this one for now. After landing, air brakes spoilers go in, the flaps go up. Check and check. Lights and strobes, taxiing off, so the strobes can go off. Lights go to taxi, but they can now actually go off as well, since we are stopped. TMS
turn that off. Thank you, TMS. Weather radar off, 15 degrees up. Well, we never turned it on. Transponder TA as required. Engine anti-ice turn off. Shut down, parking brake on, check 3000 psi. 3000 psi. And parking brake is on. Taxi lights off. Pressurization, confirm depressurized, we'll check that later. Hydraulics, all of them off. Generator 1 and 4 both off and reset. Frost levers, fuel off. I believe is it. Yeah.
Going through, doors to manual and cross check.
Go to ground up. Fasten seatbelt signs, they can go off. Oh, doing something there. Brake fence is required. Fuel pumps off except left inner. Heaters, they go all on the off position. Ice detect goes off. Check. Beacon light off. Check. Transponder standby. Doors and equipment open as required. Let's get the chocks and maybe we can open the doors. That's pretty cool. I think that's it. What else we have? Can turn off this. Don't want to do it. Leave the aircraft. What's after that? Nothing. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. So then we're like completely done. So oxygen main valve goes back to the off position. Hey Mike, thank you for joining us today. Master switches, they all go off. I'll find them up here in the miscellaneous section. Brake fans go to off. Anti-skid and lift spoilers all off. Anti-skid off. Lift spoilers go off. Well, are they off now? Yeah. Cabin emergency lights off. Packs and APU air all off. Packs can go off, APU air is already off. Ground test, APU overspeed. Ground test, APU overspeed, ground test button. Turn off the APU using the APU overspeed ground test button.
fire extinguisher. What are they talking about? Whatever, it was already off. APU master, stop, fuel pumps, all off. Heli switch, shed, external and internal lighting, all off. Battery 1 and 2 both off. Right, I think that's it. Thank you for checking, everybody. BAe2 Adventures. Thanks for the shout out at the beginning of the video. It's very much appreciated, my friend. Alright everybody, thank you for checking. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and everybody just be kind to one another. For every problem there is a simple solution. I hope it's love.